Lobbycast. I like that.
We're recording in a van down by the river.
I will probably edit that out.
Yeah, well, with the constant F-bomb.
Quote Brad Pitt, what is in the box?
Am I the only one that's impressed that Brendan Fraser still gets work?
Hey, we're live.
We're live. Yay.
Hey. Good morning, good evening, happy afternoon, merry midday. Whatever this is that works for you. Welcome to the PGL Lobbycast. Today is episode number 356. I am Will. This is my lovely wife, Erin. Once again brought to you from Casa de Kitchen, the current home of the PGL recording studios, as the basement is still a war-torn, refugee-ridden disaster area.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw at least 4 back there this morning fighting over scraps or something. I'm not sure. It was
Sam was blaming it on Neanderthals.
Neanderthals?
Yeah.
That could also be.
That was his excuse.
Anyways, the recording studio is currently
not down there.
Here. We'll go with here. So, Merry Festivus, Happy Holidays, Happy Post-Christmas. Sincere wishes that you have recovered from your turkey-based coma. If you had a turkey-based coma.
Or an alcohol-based coma.
Yeah, either way.
Or both, if you did things right.
Whatever works for you. Anyways, long-winded introductions are long-winded, so we'll just cut to the chase. We have a little bit of news for you today.
A little bit, yes.
Take it away, since you've done the majority of the research. Our field reporter today, Erin Planis, live from the field. We're going to her now. Take it away, Erin.
Will was just told that he actually doesn't have an earpiece. Anyway.
I wanted an earpiece.
Will, honey, I'll get you an earpiece. Would that make you happy?
Yay, earpiece. That'd be sweet. I like earpieces.
Start a Kickstarter campaign to get Will an earpiece. Make him feel like a big boy.
Make me feel like an actual reporter. Yeah.
There we go. All right, news, and some news.
Yay, news.
This first bit hit about, I think, a couple weeks ago, but I'm excited about it, and we hadn't talked about it on the show yet. Apparently, Andy Serkis, those of you, if you don't know who he is,
you're probably hiding underneath a rock.
Yes, or you're going to say, "Oh yeah, that guy." Probably at this point, most famous for being Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Also, King Kong in Peter Jackson's King Kong.
True.
He also did. He's done a lot of video game work, a lot of voice work.
Very true. He's very much known for being a vocal and physical actor. He and Toby Jones, I think, are the two big wigs in that area right now in Hollywood. But anyway, Mr. Serkis is slated to write, direct, and star in his own version of a Rumpelstiltskin movie.
Should be interesting.
Yes, I'm quite looking forward to that.
Yes.
That is a dark little fairy tale that much can be done with, and I think that he will probably do it justice. As
long as he avoids the leprechaun trap, we should be good.
I have faith in him.
Because Leprechaun was terrible.
Yes. And yet it has a following, so...
It has enough of a following that I think they have, 3 sequels. So
yeah.
It says something right there.
It does.
Plus, we gotta give little Warwick.
We gotta give Warwick as much work as we can because he's awesome, and it kickstarted Jennifer Aniston's career. So there you go. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, she's in the first one.
Wow, Jennifer Aniston of Friends.
Of Friends, yeah.
The superstar with her personal trials and tribulations between her and Brad Pitt being smeared all over every tabloid.
Still, which is weird. Anyway, yes, go back and watch it again. You will recognize her. Babyface Jennifer there.
Cheers.
There you go.
Friends.
Anyway, that first bit of news, the second one, and I need to look up if this is still going on, but their Steam was doing a big Double Fine sale.
Double Fine.
Who, we are big fans of, and you should be too, frankly. But they put 10 Double Fine games on Steam for 80% off, and these titles include Brutal Legend, Stacking, Psychonauts, and Costume Quest.
Yeah.
So a lot of their good stuff on sale. So look that up. Xbox Live is doing
their countdown sale right now with prices anywhere from 25 to 50 to even 80% off. We have picked up a couple of titles as it stands already for the super cheaps.
Mm-hmm.
I think I picked up 4 games that were fairly highly rated for under $50.
Which we might even get to someday when we're not playing Fallout 4.
It's always good to buy things when they're on sale.
Yes.
Eventually you'll run out of things to do.
It's true.
But yeah, I'm looking at Steam right now. The Steam website, of course, or the Steam app, of course, is up and running and in full tilt. Their current daily deals for today, the Saints Row franchise is going for up to 70% off. Vermintide, the new Warhammer MMORPG, is going for 15% off.
BioShock franchise, I see.
Up to 85% off.
Nice.
Which is huge. And even a fairly new release, Mad Max, is going for 66% off. And that's just the first block.
And it looks like Ark Survival Evolved, which a friend of mine has told me is interesting stuff, is on there for 40%. So maybe, which is actually a very big world building game, if I'm thinking of the right one. So that they've done a lot of good factual research on their dinos.
Mm-hmm. Yes, this is one of your paleontology lab amigos, I'm assuming.
Yes, indeed. A man who has more information in his head about dinosaurs than at least as much as our boss, which is pretty impressive because our boss has a lot of info in his head. And Jason has about as much in his head, too. It is damn impressive.
Even Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition with all downloadable content is going for $7.49.
Oh, Dragon Age Origins. So much love for that game.
Back in the days.
Yes, so much love.
So yeah, hey, if you're a PC Master Race, go check out Steam. If you haven't already, I'm sure you've probably already given them all of your gift cards for the year. And if you're console people, I'm sure PlayStation Now is running a sale as well. We are not PlayStation people, so we cannot vouch. But like I said, check out the deals. I think with the Xbox Countdown sale, there's even an extra 10% if you're a gold member, which 90% of people out there should be anyways. So go check some out.
Indeed. And the other bit of news that we were going to talk to you about is apparently there is, I think the scientific term is a metric buttload of sequels on tap.
Yeah.
It is. Look it up.
Verified by science.
Google that crap. Anyway, a lot of sequels on tap. We will leave it to you to debate whether or not all of them are good ideas, but nonetheless, they're happening. Some of these are, no-brainers. Avatar 2 and 3 and 4 are apparently going to be things.
So my question on that, and I have not seen the M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong produced version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. No.
A little bit of crossover happening in your head there.
We're talking about James Cameron.
We're talking about James Cameron.
Oh, Blue People.
Blue People and...
the lengthy metaphor for how nature is good.
Yes.
And science is bad.
Indeed.
And mankind is bad.
Indeed.
Wow, 3 more of those, huh?
Yes. In theory, because he's trying to give us... Basically, he has already set a date for 2 to come out, even though he's still writing the script. Sure. So...
All right.
But I mean, as much money as the first one made, there was no doubt that we were going to get at least one more.
Yeah. So
yeah. I haven't seen it. I can't comment one way or another.
I haven't either. And I do apologize. I was thinking Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a fantastic cartoon series. Even the kind of new generation Avatar: The Legend of Korra is pretty phenomenal. And, of course, I heard nothing but bad things for the M. Night Shyamalan live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. So
yeah, which is unfortunate.
I'm sorry that I had that in my head.
It's fine. It's understandable. Yeah. It's unfortunate that got bashed so much. And, some people don't like M. Night. I really do. Yep. I like a lot of his stuff. The biggest complaint I heard from a lot of the ladies that saw it was that series has really strong female characters, and they were not allowed to be that in the movie, unfortunately. So that's sad. But anyway, this is the James Cameron Avatar that we are getting a bunch of sequels to.
Blue People, Nature, got it.
All right.
Let's do this.
Will's caught up. We can move on.
Yay.
The one that we're getting a sequel to, Super Troopers.
Ooh. Okay, Super Troopers. So-
And apparently this has been in the making for a while, or in the process for a while, because nobody would greenlight, no studio would really greenlight a sequel, and so they kickstarted it. It's been a Kickstarter campaign. They asked for $2 million. They raised 3.1, I believe, to get this done. So this is a thing. It is going to happen. I liked the first 20 minutes.
Yes.
The first 20 minutes was really funny.
If they could have kept the first, I'll even give them the first half hour. If they could have kept the first half hour of Super Troopers, and I will always hold a soft spot in my head for Super Troopers. Soft spot in my head may not be
may not be a great
best way of putting that.
We're gentle with him.
Where's my helmet? Have you seen my helmet? Where's my helmet? This conversation is in no way meant to belittle or denigrate those. Never mind.
It's too late.
I've always held a soft spot in my heart, a warm treasure trove
of warm fuzzy feels.
Of warm fuzzy feels for the first 30 minutes of Super Troopers. And I don't think I've ever really enjoyed the rest of the movie because I've never gotten incredibly high enough to appreciate the humor.
There's that.
It has its moments. It has its shining moments. Do I think that they're going to be able to capture that lightning in a bottle with the sequel? No, but will I probably watch it at some point when it hits the cable networks? Yes, because reasons.
Yes.
So hopefully, I wish them the best of luck. I am impressed that they raised a extra 50% over their Kickstarter goal. So hopefully they can do well with that.
Indeed.
The fine folks, I believe at Broken Lizard is what they're called.
Yes. So good luck to them. Apparently, Mike Myers has signed on to do another Austin Powers movie.
Ooh, Austin Powers 4, I believe.
Yes, Austin Powers 4. That is pretty much the only details that anybody is releasing right now is that they do have Mike Myers on board. They haven't said anything else. And again, I wish him the best of luck. Mike Myers hasn't been seen much since The Love Guru, which was horrible. But I mean, it was one horrible movie in a career of fairly stellar movies. So hopefully he can pick himself up by his bootstraps and get back out there and do some more funny stuff.
Yes.
So
hopefully.
Good luck to him on that.
Best of luck.
And Zombieland 2.
Zombieland 2 actually has some promise for me.
Yes.
Now, which one is that? Is that Michael Cera or Jesse Eisenberg?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, they're both the same for me. They're virtually interchangeable.
They kind of are, but strangely enough, I feel much. I see Michael Cera and I just want to punch random strangers. There's something about I'm sure he's a great guy. I'm sure he's a sweetheart. But I see him on screen, and I just want to start punching things that don't deserve it because Michael Cera isn't there for me to punch personally.
What did Michael Cera ever do to you?
That's the thing. He didn't do anything to me. It's not fair. It's not fair to him at all. I fully admit that.
Which movie of Michael Cera's created this unreasoning dislike?
Which one didn't might be a shorter list.
Because I will admit.
He was slightly less punchable in Juno.
See, and I never saw Juno. I liked him.
I kind of wanted to punch him, though.
I know. It's okay.
Like I said, it's not nice at all.
We'll get you something else to punch.
Yay.
I think probably the only movie of his that I can palate watching over and over and over again is Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and that's because of mostly everybody else. So
even that one,
just couldn't do it.
I can't do it.
I'm sorry.
It is too bad because I finally got around to reading some of the stories, and they're really entertaining.
Scott Pilgrim, the graphic novels are fantastic.
Yeah. So yeah, I there's nothing else to say. I all I can do is emphasize that he's probably a really nice guy. He doesn't deserve being punched in the face repeatedly by me in a fit of ginger wrath. So I apologize.
Roar, ginger smash.
It's true. I don't know why. And yet Jesse doesn't they're so alike in so many ways.
Jesse doesn't provoke the wrath.
The Scottish wrath.
Interesting.
I don't know why. There's no logical explanation for it.
But speaking of Jesse Eisenberg, you and I just recently had this conversation, having watched some of the newer trailers for Batman versus Superman versus Wonder Woman versus whoever.
Yeah.
Batfleck versus
gritty Superman.
Yes.
Can I just say real quick before you get off on this tirade, what happened? Isn't Superman supposed to be kind of an optimistic character?
Yes. He's supposed to see the best in humanity, which is why he wants to protect them and save them and help them.
Because I'm just, maybe I'm missing something, but it just seems like he's a weird choice for a dark, gritty, reboot.
I don't know. I'm sure those of us that are more versed in the comic books than I can maybe attest a little better. Maybe
need to call Brick and Lou.
Yes, the optimistic version that I have in my head is courtesy of Christopher Reeves, they were definitely a more lighthearted series of film. The last Superman movie that I saw had Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor, so I think I'm one or two behind at this point.
Yeah, and that one, I think most people agreed that the Superman Returns was a little. Well, let's just move past that and pretend that.
Minus Kevin Spacey.
Brandon Routh did a great job playing Christopher Reeve playing Superman.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
And Kevin Spacey
was phenomenal.
Was fantastic as Lex Luthor, but I just think that it's strange that we're so in the middle of everything needs a dark gritty reboot now that we're maybe dark gritty rebooting things that shouldn't be done.
Although I would like to see a dark gritty reboot of the Care Bears. I think that'd be fantastic. You get like Rainbow Bear that's 6 feet tall, bristling with muscle, tears the face off somebody, and then devours their body behind an alley.
We could do that. Then we could do like the dark, gritty Care Bears Rainbow Bright crossover.
Yes! Hollywood, take
notes, give us money. Exactly. You know where to find us. In the kitchen, not the basement.
That's right. We'll be in the kitchen.
So, yes, that is where we are with sequels.
Okay.
A lot of them coming out.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how they do.
Yeah. And of course,
best of luck to everyone.
You know what we didn't discuss? Speaking of sequels.
Oh, we didn't discuss how we want to punch Jesse Eisenberg in the face, and I got us off track.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. We were talking about how Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of the upcoming Lex Luthor as a millennial kind of made us sad.
I've only seen a few seconds of it in a preview, and I had like the Michael Cera Ginger Wrath want to punch him in the face pain right here. Yeah. So
we'll see. We'll see what happens. But of course, it's the most famous sequel of them all. See, it's in keeping with the holiday spirit. Most famous sequel of them all. Anyways, Star Wars Episode 7 hit theaters 2 weeks ago.
In case you hadn't heard.
If you missed it, they did this thing where Disney bought Star Wars, and J.J. Abrams directed it, and it came out, and I think they made a few dollars. Ish. On their first night. A couple 500, 600 million opening weekend. So good for them.
Like Jurassic World had to hand over their brand spanking new shiny trophy and kind of just hand it across the table to Star Wars and say, well, it's fun having that for a few months.
So, hey, good for them. I haven't seen it. Erin has. That's why we won't discuss it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
But what I will say, for those of you playing the home game, Erin is not a Star Wars person. Erin did not grow up having seen the movies, so she did not have the images of the original uneffed with George Lucas masterpieces before he decided to retool them and digitally add freaking Hayden Christensen at the end sequence of Return of the Jedi. Not that I'm angry. Anyways, and so she's not a Star Wars kid. She did not have Star Wars action figures. I almost said dolls. Which there's sexism for you. We'll talk about that next week. She did not have Star Wars action figures. She did not have a life-size scale replica of the Millennium Falcon. She did not have a AT-AT walker or an AT-ST walker or any of that fun stuff that I remember so fondly from my childhood. So when the first 3 movies came out, episode 1, 2, and 3, she begrudgingly accompanied a group of us to go see them. And I think even we gave up seeing episode 3 in the theaters.
They did.
Because at that point, why? But so I've talked this up long enough. So my wife sitting next to me in all of her ginger Scottish, damn you, Michael Cera glory, is not a Star Wars person. So when she came home from seeing it on the opening night or opening week, and I said, how was it? She said, it was good, and I wouldn't mind seeing it again. If that is not ringing praise for episode 7, I don't know how else to break it down to you folks. You have somebody who is not necessarily anti-Star Wars, but definitely not pro-Star Wars, saying it's a good film and I would see it again. I think that's pretty much your endorsement right there. I'm sure we're also talking to absolutely nobody that hasn't seen it yet. There may be like 6 people left in the continental United States. I'm pretty sure I'm one of them. And it's not for lack of trying. So there you go. Go see it. It's a good movie from what I hear. Anyways, moving on. Speaking of trailers, last little bit of news for me, and then we'll move on. As we have a turkey in the oven, we have ham that needs to get cooked because it is holiday celebration day.
For us, anyway.
For us, from PGL Lobbycast headquarters, a la the kitchen.
Yes. Since this guy's been working about 80 hours a week for the last 2 weeks.
Work.
Anyway, you were saying something about...
there is a brand spanking new Deadpool red band trailer out there. We have not seen it yet. We're going to watch it after the show. But I'm hearing good things about it. So, bring on the Deadpool. Let's get some violence and nudity and swearing into a comic book movie. Let's bring back the good old-fashioned American ways of violence and sex and have a lot of fun with it. So,
indeed.
That's my 2 cents. Anyways, what else you got?
That is it for our news.
Cool. What else we got?
Well,
we were going to talk about American Horror Story.
Yes, we were. Kind of our weekly watcha, condensed into what you're watching. A watcha. And we are caught up on American Horror Story, and
for the first time ever. We're also actually caught up on Doctor Who.
Yes, this is true.
For also the first time ever. We're good.
Wow!
High five!
Yay us! Wee.
So American Horror Story Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode, we may actually be an episode behind. Shh, don't tell them.
Spoiler alert. No, we're not. We're caught up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Anyway, so last episode, I believe there are 2 to go. So last episode that we saw, we had Liz.
Stuff happened.
Mm-hmm. Liz reconnects with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So can we navigate this without giving anything away?
I bet we can. We can try.
So Liz reconnects with somebody. Iris creates a video.
A fantastic video.
There's betrayal, there's weddings, there's murders, there's homicides, there's reconnections, there's grotesque vagaries, there's psychotic episodes.
So really an average episode of American Horror Story.
Pretty much. 2 episodes to go. We're very interested to see where things go from here.
Yes, indeed.
Especially knowing how the hotel works and knowing all of the recent acquisitions the hotel has had.
Yes. Hotel's been busy.
Should be.
Collecting folks left, right, and center.
Folks. Should be fun. So if you're not watching, we recommend it. It's a very good season.
Yes.
Harkens back to the very first season of American Horror Story, Murder House. In fact, they very blatantly have tied several things into Murder House for the first time ever.
Yep, you're keeping a close eye on that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're up to date on that. Like I said, we're up to date on Doctor Who. The Doctor has returned, and I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Jenna Coleman is no longer on the show.
No, she is not.
She is DRT, as we say. I feel.
Indeed.
So it'll be interesting to see what the future has in store for the good doctor, Sans companion. See what the origin of his next companion will be.
Indeed.
As I have some theories. What else are we up to date on?
Well, I think we just said, those were the ones that
Those are the big ones.
Those are the big ones, the current ones. I'm, still watching Buffy and Angel, but
As you should.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As far as music goes, it's been, of course, the holidays. So, holiday music deluxe.
And can I make a Gesundheit?
Excuse me.
Well,
I'm sorry you had to hear that.
Hopefully you feel better after that one.
Oh, I can hear again.
I don't doubt it.
I'm sorry you can't.
Yeah. Quick recommendation as far as music goes. In the past couple shows, I brought up that David Bowie, who hadn't been doing much as far as public projects the last few years, had done a song called Black Star for a British TV show, and for the theme song. And it's this amazing, strange work. Well, apparently he fleshed out the song full length and did this 10-minute song/video with it. And you just look up David Bowie Black Star, it should kick you to it. And it is, people were just losing their shit over this at first because it's such classic Bowie strangeness that some people just didn't know what to do with it. And it's awesome. If you haven't seen it, please look it up. Even if you don't like it, you will not be bored. It's still interesting.
This is true.
So definitely do yourself a favor.
Weird, wild, wacky stuff.
Indeed.
Yes. What else? We've been playing Fallout. No surprise there.
No.
Fallout's awesome.
One thing we were discussing, harkening back to American Horror Story,
Yes.
is I believe I had a slight conversation about this with Jeff across Thanksgiving, and Will and I had a more detailed discussion about it, because what I got to wondering, American Horror Story, for those of you who watch it, are quite aware, does not shy away
Oh, yes.
from...
I know where you're going now.
Yes. They don't shy away from the violence, and they don't shy away from sexuality.
No.
And yet I was wondering, it's kind of all over the map as to how they handle sex scenes and nude scenes. Mm-hmm. And, I was thinking, Sarah, I'm blanking on her name.
Sarah Paulson.
This season has had several, she's a very sexual character, but she's always fully clothed. Evan Peters is kind of across, ranges all over from full, nude, and has in past episode, or in past seasons as well, from full nude to fully clothed scenes. Lady Gaga's clearly not shy. She's naked a fair amount. As is Matt. Is it Bomer? I believe it's Matt Bomer, who plays Donovan.
Yes.
And then we also, have some scenes where I'm pretty sure they were just, with Wes Bentley. You're just going to be nude all day today. Is that cool? Great.
You good with that, Wes?
Awesome.
You all right? Okay.
We were wondering, is that character driven? Is it director saying you're going to do this? Do they leave it up to the actor's discretion? So, I kind of got to wondering about that. We started discussing it. So I did some internet research.
Lay it on us, Mama.
My question is how they decide. That wasn't really answered, but you do get some interesting material when you try to look this up.
American Horror Story nude scenes. No, I don't want YouTube. Yes, I want YouTube.
Yes, I want YouTube. Never mind. Okay, that didn't answer my question. It was just fun for me. Now trying to actually answer the question.
I think that
American
happens.
Horror Story. What did I get? Nude scenes. What did I get? Ooh, yes. Watch that one again.
Let's do that one. Oh, fantastic. Oh, is that Lady Gaga and Alexander Daddario? That's fantastic.
So Will and I got to indulge, all of our weird, American Horror Story crushes, but we also found some interesting interviews where the actors were talking about the trials and tribulations of doing such scenes. And if you want something entertaining, you can look up Matt Bomer talking to Ellen DeGeneres about being covered in nothing but
fake blood and a sock.
I can't actually use the term that they use probably on the show. Can I say wiener wrapper?
Yeah, you can go with wiener wrap.
Okay, wiener wrap. It's a piece of clothing that's specially designed for guys, and women have something I believe called moleskin, that actually goes over bits.
Bits and parts and
pieces and stuff. And he was laughing. He said, I think there was more of me on display in this season of American Horror Story than in both Magic Mike movies combined.
Which is saying something.
It is indeed. So he said, you've got nothing but a sock and a lot of fake blood, and they actually give you a tarp to cover up between scenes. And you have to make small talk with Lady Gaga and 2 other people that you're naked with, and that's what you're getting paid for.
That's your day's work right there.
I got a clip of Sarah Paulson and Evan Peters telling a story where he accidentally went free nutting when he thought he was covered up. So apparently, it's not always the safest thing with the sock.
Yeah.
So it is entertaining hearing actors just casually talk about this, and you think to yourself, these people get paid for this.
Yeah. And since both of us come from a theater background, we're always intrigued by the scenes kind of aspects of, as we used to call it, the craft.
Yes.
Back before we realized that, really the craft was how to best serve people and get maximum tippage at your restaurant of choice.
That is how you support yourself while you are.
Oh, yes. While you support your endeavors in the craft.
Yes.
Craft. The lofty notions of
the craft. The lofty notions of craft, which we both miss if we're being honest.
Yes, we do. Which is why we can sit back and make a little bit of fun at it. But yes, so we're always very interested in the kind of behind the scenes thing and the trials and tribulations of wardrobe malfunctions. And fake blood. I know from my own previous history as a prop designer that you can really have a lot of fun with your special effects. So,
yep, yeah, you can.
Good times all around.
Mm-hmm. But there's really a lot of if you decide you're interested enough and you want to look it up, there's a lot of interesting actual panel discussions with the cast of American Horror Story out there, including ones with the fantastic Jessica Lange, who I do miss this season.
Yes.
Who just showing them how it's done. Her and Angela Bassett.
Mm-hmm. The old golden ladies.
Yes, indeed.
So yeah, on that regards, I think we'll wrap up. Anything else? Anything at all?
Nothing I can think of.
Outstanding. So we wish you all a very happy New Year.
Indeed.
Which is upcoming. We may do a New Year's show. We may not.
Yes.
It kind of depends. New Year's, of course, this year is on Friday.
Believe so.
Which means Saturday is a whole new year.
Indeed.
So, for that, we will bid you adieu. This has been episode number 356, PGL Lobbycast, brought to you live from the PGL recording studios a la our kitchen. Good evening, good day, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is to you. You still have one more day before Monday. Drink lots, eat well, and revel in hopefully not having to worry about any more Christmas shopping or holiday activities until next year.
Indeed.
Cheers. And
signing off.
We're out.